Добрый всем вечер, с вами Детектив Бракуда, и это диско Elysium. Все такой же потрясающий, таинственный и дико угарный. И печально одновременно. Воистину прекрасное произведение. Что ж, пока буду загружаться. Если вы здесь, на моем канале, то большой вам привет. И прекрасного дня. Ух ты, как быстро. Ну еще бы, мы уже поспали в этой маленькой, но по-своему уютной лачушке. Разнообразной, как жиза, да? Есть такое. Здравствуй, чудесный, прекрасный, удивительный, обаятельный и невероятно умный человек под ником Алиф. Спасибо тебе, что ты всегда приходишь. Так, ничего себе. Я сейчас еще раз прочитала, оказывается, когда мы поняли, почему мы так странно говорим I am the law, то у нас улучшены пассивные проверки на координацию. Это может нам спасти жизнь. Наверное. Тем временем у меня 3 очка навыков. Дофига дел. Доброго вечера вам, чудесная, прекраснейшая, умнейшая и милейшая, бомжейшая и артейшая Oleandra. Малев, ваши приветствия, как всегда, очень разнообразны и трогательны. И очень милы моему сердцу. Спасибо. Так, когда-нибудь я вкачаю моторику и буду по стелсу. Кстати, смотрите, координация выделяется с восприятия, а тут только реакции, а тут только бристика. Полицейская волна полностью. Ализация. Визуальный анализ полностью. Так, интересно, это интересно. Воли. Империя. Полицейская волна полностью. Так. Кажется, время для баг-репортов. Не то чтобы это прям было нужно, но... Но, блин. Ладненько. Конечно, тут все и так читается, но если они могут это поправить, почему бы и не поправить? Мне интересно, я этот пиджак в прошлый раз не находила или его не было? Кираса. Фейрвизер. Кстати, у меня же есть мысли про Фейрвизер. Да? Ладно. Насколько я вижу, все работает. Что должно работать? Звук есть. Прочее всякое есть. Кстати, так уютненько довольно-таки. Ух ты, ух ты, ух ты. Прикольная поза. Не видела у него такой. Бриться все равно не стану. А просто выйду в дверь. Не в окно, в дверь. Рано еще. Ким уже тут. Привет, Ким.
Yes?
Ким, нам нужно поговорить про ответственность.
I'm glad to hear it, Detective. I was wondering when we'd get to this very subject.
Так, отлично, значит, мы на одной волне.
If you ask me, it's high time for you to set aside these frivolous side tasks and focus 100% of your energies on the case before us.
Да, в смысле, все же очень важно. Все связано с делом. Так, но мы говорим, не-не-не, я имел в виду la responsabilité. Ну, ту, которую возлагают.
Why are you pronouncing it like that gentleman from the Institute of Price Stability?
Почему вы произносите это как responsibility?
You know what? Forget it. What specifically are you trying to assign responsibility for?
Впрочем, неважно. А я говорила, что это икилайк. Кое-что там... Впрочем, неважно. Ответственность за что конкретно вы хотите на кого-нибудь возложить? Развести руками. За все. Что это? Вот это вот, что? Показать руками на все вокруг себя, да. Или как тот пёс-то это. Картинки. Это что хоть такое-то? Не знаю, мне каждый раз эта картинка смешна. Ладно. Ну, допустим, из-за того, какой катастрофой обернулась моя жизнь.
Isn't that your job?
Это разве не личное дело? Нет. Здесь множество нюансов.
No, I understand. Next, I suppose you're going to tell me you need to form a committee to assign this responsibility.
Дальше, я полагаю, вы скажете, что для возложения этой responsibility нужно собрать комиссию. Как ты узнал?
Simple. Because moral intern types love to form committees.
Потому что сторонники мораль-интерна обожают собирать комиссии.
In any event, I am just a humble law official. I may work under the moral intern's umbrella, but I'm certainly not qualified to serve on any committee.
Да ладно.
You know who might be, though? That Mr. Villodron, the gentleman you met in the young man's apartment.
Господин Вильдро, вы встретили его в квартире того молодого человека.
If I were trying to get in touch with the coalition, I would start by seeking him out. But first you might need... Now, was there anything else?
Ничего себе. То есть разыскать все-таки того дядечку. Сулерам, рам. Поговорить, что ли, с товарищами? Погодите. А их тут нет. Или они только по вечерам собираются? Может быть. Да, может они просто не сидят тут целые сутки. Снова сходить в этот... Так, тут на пирсе... позвонить в библиотеку, но она, по-моему, с 10. Пропавшие насекомые. Поговорить с Куна. Поспрашивать о Руби в деревне. Точно. Вот это прямо сейчас могу. И сказать Эврару, что открыла дверь. Окей. Окей.
Our tenant, the policeman. I hope the waves don't keep you up at night. What can I help you with?
Еще море не мешает вам спать. Не знаю, под дождик, под море вообще классно спится. Так, не видели ли вы где-нибудь рыжеволосую женщину по имени Руби?
Nay, I haven't seen anyone lately. Officer, I certainly will.
Да, ну ты же, по-моему, рассказывал мне.
Nay, this is my little cinder block town. I know.
She's being evasive. She knows.
There was a murder in Martinez. She might be a suspect.
Would you now? I know how this world works. And it doesn't work when people tell on each other. I should have known. This is yet another union mess. I'm not afraid of them. There's not much to tell. People come and go.
I see, ma'am.
You should look around your shack. Maybe she's rented it out to others.
То есть теперь пришла мысль, что в хижине можно еще поискать. Логично, логично. True. True. А еще можно, кстати, пойти в настройки. И попытаться в очередной раз найти в расширениях Понял. Работает. Да. Ну просто никто ж не пришел еще на Twitch. Вот она и заработала. Кажется, поняла логику. Да. Но теперь мне можно какой-нибудь бонус сделать. А любой какой посчитаете? Получилось что-нибудь? Да? Спасибо.
As you look at the floor, the edge of a floorboard next to it, hollow space underneath
Сейчас
the
посмотрю, да.
floorboards is dark and damp.
Покопаюсь
You can
в полу.
barely make out the mixture of sand. Nothing particular. Something bad. Someone's night thoughts. You stick your hand in and start combing a small cylindrical object. A 9mm bullet, to be exact. The floorboard isn't interested. Maybe it's extra ammunition. She's locked and loaded. Holding the bullet, you get the feeling.
Ну-ка. Да не, вроде ничего не поменялось.
Таймер закончится.
Угу. Ага. Да, попробуем. Бабуль. Мы уже накопали улики, ага.
Damn that girl.
And without anger, a long...
But you didn't put it there, did you?
Gone and hid things in there? Yes, I let my room to that Ruby girl. As I've done before when she's been in trouble. She came last Friday, left on Monday in a hurry.
She seems genuinely worried about her previous tenant. She's seen her hiding out from...
That's for the police to find out. Right then. Please answer each question to the best of your ability.
Yes, early with the dogs, around 8 o'clock, I think.
She probably heard the lieutenant's Kanema drive by, and it woke her up, just like it.
Yes. That is a downside of having a 130 kilowatt engine. It lets the bad guys know when you are coming.
I cleaned it, like I always do. No,
The truth, sire.
she's good company. Knows how to talk to an old woman. At my age, you don't get a lot of quality.
This Ruby is an old lady whisperer. She knows how
Руби,
to
заклинательница
work the village
старушек.
like you.
Хороший перк. Такой. А как вы там? А как ваша пенсия? Да, вот эти, да, политики проклятые, да. А Георгины? Георгины-то уже взошли, и все. Ты делай с ними что хочешь.
Did she talk to you much during her life?
No, she was mostly silent this time. Kept to herself. She tried not to let it show. But I could tell
She wanted to talk to her, as they usually do, but she was brooding.
not that I knew of, though she was into nice music. She once showed me a few mixtape millions she'd made. Although I guess she was pretty handy with the mechanical and technical stuff. Even fixed the heater in the shack. You should be thankful for that.
Руби починила печку. Клево.
How would I know? She's a gruff one, but not violent.
You could ask her about your hunch, that it was a desperate measure.
Aye. Do tell. Exit from what?
The lieutenant stops writing for a moment.
No, she's a fighter.
She really believes that.
Nothing of the sort. Sure, she was no stranger to the bottle. She fit in that way. But I only knew her to have a beer on the beach while watching the sunset.
The sun sets for everyone.
She isn't what you call a drunk. Even offered me some from time to time. Said it was part of the communal life. But I
Руби пьет, но
never
не
saw her
бухает.
lose
Хорошо.
control of her. I don't know. Further up the coast, she tried.
It's a peninsula. She
You'll never find her, you know. She knows the coast like the back of her hand. You?
I wouldn't worry about that, man. We are persistent.
Да, она точно не отправилась в какое-нибудь более приятное и не такое мокрое место.
Are you sure you would rather stay here? Get in.
the felled electric neuron. You feel like you should go look at it again. Step closer this time.
One thing, officer.
She really means it.
She's a good girl.
Waves are beginning to die down. Look at those little bastards. Simmer down. Simmer down, bastards.
Why does she care about the waves so much?
What is it with waves and fishermen? We need to be out there with them. Fishing, but until that happens, I can try to assist you the best I can. So, what will it be, officer? Oh? Who? Okay. When did this... Oh. I've been out on the sea for Yes, that's the optimal time. Got to make the most of the calm. Sorry I couldn't help you out. Maybe I can... Well, how can I assist you then, officer?
Да, кстати, это моя мотокарета там. Правда, красивая. Ну так, чисто для small тока. Ага. О, кто это тут у нас?
I'll just keep the Cordelechi in the channel, if that's okay. It's too shallow near the pier. Aye, ma'am. And it's a jetty, by the way. Of course. Jetty. I prefer a good jetty to a pier any day. Jetty. Hello, detectives. It's good to see you here. I only just arrived myself.
What brings you here, madame?
Nothing, really. I've had my eye on this jetty for weeks now, so I decided to investigate it personally.
That. And she's also keeping an...
Spying has such a negative
Ну
connotation.
что, шпионили за мной?
I
Да
did track your progress along
шпионить
the
это
coast,
слишком
however,
негативное
and
слово,
decided
да.
I would be better able to assist you from here.
Я просто все время находилась неподалеку оттуда, где находились вы. Вот.
Then there's the matter of that little scamp in old lady clothes. She threatened to paint the Cordelechi red. Like blood, you see. Well, I like it the way it is. White.
Кордилет. Она мне говорила, что лодку никак не называла.
What is this? Destruction of property? Hooliganism? Elder abuse?
Порча
And
частной
who is
собственности.
this scamp, anyway?
I am the law.
No need. Lillian and I are getting on much better. For one, she appreciates the concept of rent. How do I like it?
Water drips down eaves of Eternite. The jetty below her. The smell of salt and dog shit in the back.
It's pornographically poor. The street has no name. All the men are dead or missing. And is that the carcass of a motor carriage over there?
Нет, вам показалось.
I'm surprised that woman hasn't put me to the sword yet. Maybe she will.
Dark eyes survey the coast leading up.
Fortunately for you, madame, the RCM is on the scene.
All right. Politics time. Real men, real politics, real thoughts in your head.
Oh, I'm not Have I told you how they discovered this place? No, they're in Sealindia. I'm guessing you
Так,
don't
что
know
такое
them.
Изола? Давайте расскажите мне про Изолы.
Well, your condition has left you no worse off than most of these people. I knew you would sympathize. Most remind me to tell you one day.
Do we?
Расскажи сейчас, у меня есть время послушать. Ким такой? Да неужели?
I hear you have singled out a suspect.
This story, she will tell it only before she leaves.
Maybe there is something else I can assist you with. What?
Fast, observantly. She is memorizing your badge number.
Pleased to meet you, Lieutenant W. Freighter Dubois. I am glad to see a man of high qualification. The situation. What can I help you with, Lieutenant Freighter?
Ладненько. Карта. Да, сходим снова к трактиру.
Snow covers the white on blue police livery of the Do something important? Something murder-related? This is a Caprice Kanema, the Caprice Motor Corps follow-up to their highly successful workhorse, Caprice 40, and the answer to the Lum's racing breed, Ferv series. With its air-cooled, rear-mounted 12-cylinder compression ignition engine, driving the rear wheels through a 4-speed manual gearbox, the Kanema is able to reach 100 kilometers per hour in 13.5 seconds and go on to a top speed of 180 kilometers an hour.
Так, что сейчас началось?
The high center of balance is offset by a large battery bank mounted at the bottom of the cabin, feeding all the auxiliary systems and making the Kanema effectively a mobile power plant. Even at a standstill, the unibody Caprice Kanema looks sleek and dynamic. The cabin is tilted frontward to give it a more aggressive, hunched look. Someone has waxed it recently.
You want to take a closer look? Yes. An extraordinary machine.
Helium headlights would improve the range and quality of the visual field a lot.
Внезапно Гарри пробило на это технофильство.
It's a bit girly right now. Fitted with some proper off-road components.
Да, как насчет гелевых фар?
Actually, I have a
А
pair at
мониторы?
home. Just haven't gotten around to fitting them yet. I need to lay some wiring for the ballast first. Maybe. Yes, definitely maybe.
Если мы когда-нибудь раскроем это дело, то, может быть, поставим гелевые фары вместе? Да? Может быть. Улыбается Ким и кивает.
And means no.
Это означает нет.
130.
I reckon that's a 7-liter V12 there.
Так. Да откуда у меня техника? У меня ж там 1 или 2 пункта всего. 7-литровый V12. Что это за буквы?
7.2. Supercharged.
Saying these words brings him immense joy.
Yes.
Helium headlights, it's a bit girly right now. Fitted with...
We are not going to, though, because this is clearly a sports motor carriage. 100 and...
I reckon that's a 7
You lost me there. The Kinema is fast.
Armel Ryu Supersonic. A racing motorbike for the road could probably do it.
Ладно. Опа! У нас тут товарищи. Кажется, время повысить риторику или драму. Я уже забыл. Секундочку. А, и правда техника. У меня есть королевство совести? А, да, королевство совести у меня есть. Ну-ка. Значит, штаны можно надеть. Хотя у них самообладание, это... Попробуем. Риторика, эмпатия, логика восприятия. Энциклопедия минус восприятие. Пиджак на логику. Сложно. Что у нас там на драму? Как-то так. Лерат. Добрый вечер. А мы тут сейчас будем отжимать куртки. Ну-ка.
That's one brutal motor carriage.
If I were a real skull now, I'd jack it, paint it in palm tree livery, then bottom light it, neon style.
A snazzy shit-ripped skullmobile like this would make a fine trophy. We could, like, hang fucking shrunken heads from the side mirrors. Cops' heads. Scary tribal shit.
Блин, классно переведено.
Yeah, tribal shit. A cop carriage like this would have proper skull value.
While I appreciate the interest you take in my brutal motor carriage, I have to stop you right there. The RCM takes threats directed at its property seriously.
It's just theoretical work, Copper. No basis in reality. Man, if we were certified skulls right now...
Was it a good idea on the lieutenant's part to get into this? Don't even answer that. Just leave. You can always come back later.
I can tell you who we're not, cop. We're not snitches, flow bears, or skulls.
Which is not to say that the skulls are bitches and... On the contrary.
The part of this presentation you want to take home with you, cop man, is we're not part of the skulls yet.
Okay then, let's indulge in some. These skull people are more than an authority. They're deities.
You don't know?
It's not a question. Don't get into it.
The skulls are the most vicious gang of the Besmertne.
Besmertine, or the Besmati, the Immortals, are West River Sholian crime syndicates.
Бессмертие.
The nastiest bunch of psychos ever. Jacking carriages and getting into high-speed chases.
At maximum velocity.
Possessing an infinite amount of fuck-all swagger, infamous for their non-verbal modus operandi.
They usually occupy the burnt-out quarter in Jamrock, or you can find them loitering around the brightly painted bottom-lighted vehicles.
I can't wait to become a skull. Bottom lights are wretched aggressive. Murder?
Oh yeah, Cindy's a right proper skull.
Yeah, a true artist of the future. Just like...
By the way, if you...
For all their nihilistic posture, odd, there isn't a hint of hate in them. It's like they're pissed. The lieutenant on your left is unusually lenient toward them.
Mm-hmm. What about them?
Like I said before, many men keep searching for the one, for so-called true love, which is actually just obsession masquerading as kinship. The thrill of the chase, the hollowness that fills your chest cavity after catching it.
Так.
I'm wondering if the poetics come with.
To catch a fish, you'll need to hurl the lure many times, and even then it isn't certain that you'll get anything. You get more fish in a shorter time. And, for time is of the essence and fleeting ever so quickly, one must think of a way to fuck the whole world and not get caught up in fucking someone.
Какая великолепная мысль.
Because when one fucks everything, he fucks nothing. And that, to me, feels glorious. Sticking your...
Hate to admit it, but in a weird way, he's got a point.
Well, first off, it's a statement and not necessarily something that characterizes me as a person, even though the statement has character. And I do like piss.
У него, по-моему, на штанах немножко написано «фаун».
The word piss epitomizes the struggle taking place in the world. Things being defined as they seem, not as they are. And, I guess, it's also about communal spirit, the future, and truly appreciating our differences.
Великолепно.
Also, you've got to admit, it catches the eye. And since the Grand Piper is slowly but steadily moving towards basing the economy on it, attention, it is imperative that the medium itself convey the message.
А можно они будут в моей комиссии по responsibility?
What I mean by this is, we are all piss and that the world is inherently meaningless.
It seems that the young man has a certain expertise in at least. Is it a coincidence that here we have two badass jackets and two badass cops?
Yes? What is? What are you implying?
Да, какую бы ты носил?
I'm not sure I understand you, detective. Neither.
Так, лампочка, не моргай. А, она все равно моргает.
Fine, if only to end this discussion. Theoretically, if I were a juvenile delinquent, if I were to already be down that path, I think peace is the stronger of the two statements. Seems about right, especially considering your heroic
Да, мне
exit
больше
attempts.
походит Fuck the World, да. Учитывая ваши героические попытки его покинуть.
That's an origin story for a dynamic duo.
Вот тебе и история становления динамического дуэта.
So are we
Эпического, я
done
бы сказала.
here? Or you don't need us around for your secret whisper party, do you?
Да, но для этого нужно сумрак. Я думала, драма нужна. Да, спасибо, конечно, за проверку. За автосохранение, но... Блин, что у меня есть на сумрак? Ну, грубая сила, там что? Трепет, давай. А, шарфик там, по-моему. Плюс трепет, минус грубая сила. Что за фигня? О, вот это на сумрак. Странно, конечно. А теперь сумрак 3. Ну, все. Почти попал, да.
That ride is fucking lightning.
Hey, piss. Look who it is. Shrunken cophead material.
70%.
These guys aren't scary. You're not scary. I have nothing to work with here.
Может,
It's
просто
either
попроси?
begging-
Why?
And what kind of business is that?
The lieutenant notices you.
Okay, we get it.
You didn't say that. The lieutenant looks down at his bomber jacket and shrugs, obviously content with.
Fine. Fuck it. Here. Take it then. I can't handle this sad shit.
It's true. Wow, I did not see that coming. You better wear that jacket with pride.
Надавили на жалость. Класс.
Fuck that. You're not getting mine. My dad's a lawyer.
No, he won't.
The lieutenant is lightly amused by the situation.
Я выклинчила у пацана куртку. Аж сумрак охренел.
No. He's like a volunteer lawyer. A total bitch. Cites law and does dishes. You know what, cop? Fuck you.
Fuck him. We don't need his rich dad jacket anyway.
I'm not wearing that jacket. I already am expressing my individuality. I'm fine.
Look at this cute shit. Fuck. I'm sorry, man. I just don't like confrontations, that's all.
Ладно, одна куртка из двух. Нормально. Практически нормально. Да, что вы скажете на это? М? Штаны огонь. Хотя можно пока на тело что-нибудь другое. Я имела в виду вместо рубашки. Майка в сеточку. О, белая рубашка вообще. Офигенно.
You finally made it, haven't you? Where did that man get such a cool jacket? Did he receive it upon graduating the
Что я наконец-то вступлю в полицию моды?
the badassery? Is he dangerous?
Да, черт побери, еще как опасен.
You are very dangerous, my friend. Dangerous and...
Да. Вот это я понимаю. Но то, что я сама с себя офигела, что смогла добыть куртку. Это классно, это классно. Собственно, чё я сюда пришла? Следовать побережье, это понятно. Респонсабилите. Курильщику пойти куна. Ну-ка, я думала, здесь нет куртка. Интересно, он охренеет или как бы еще больше меня будет это булить? Здорово, куна.
Necromancer pig. That shit was dark. Going in there like that. Oh, brutal shit. Tell me. Kuno dies. You're gonna pick one out of his brain like that too? Kuno's gonna go out in a hail of bullets. Gonna look like a fucking porcupine.
Porta Rosa, a side alley of the Boogie Street Spearhead. A young man in his early 20s approaches patrol officer Emil Mullins and asks for a cigarette. As Officer Mullins reaches in his coat pocket for the pack of Astra, the man shoots him point blank in his chest. Breathless, the patrol officer collapses in the gutter. His right hand is grabbing the armor on his chest. The bullet didn't pierce it, but he can't breathe. On the pavement, the patter of the perpetrator's feet growing distant. Bleed pig. Someone opens a window and says, but Emil cannot see who. His sight grows dim with pain.
Не знаю, что это за внезапный очередь какой-то.
Yeah.
No, Kuno doesn't give a fuck about bugs.
So he knows locusts are bugs.
Oh my god, I told you that shit is lame!
Shut up, see.
Now they're gonna take you to lame prison!
She sounds like she's about to cry, out of disappointment at Kuno's newfound lameness.
Deny everything, Kuno. You need to lawyer up.
Она шарит. Куда все отрицать тебе должен адвокат.
Kuno's not gonna say anything without his lawyer present.
There's definitely something going on here. Remember his pig's head shack?
Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Понял. Так, а мы же выяснили, кто живет в этом подвале с странным флагом и российскими... А, этот помощник... Помощник криптозоолога.
All around you, the hisses and chirps of locusts fill the mud like skyscrapers, spires of dirt.
Well, detective, it appears you've solved the case.
И еще одна, теперь у меня 219. Или сколько, или
Of the
220?
locusts. For the missing locust case, which is a subcase of the imaginary insect case. So at least that's going well.
Слишком много сарказма кинул.
Oh, I'm not being sarcastic at all. We are making real progress here.
When
Да
someone
ладно тебе.
says they're not being sarcastic, it's usually a good sign that they're being very sarcastic.
If anything, the presence of the locust... But what do I know?
Use your powers of deduction. You knew the
I'll let you handle...
Прикид у меня шикарный. Мне нравится. Слышь, мелочь.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno! Watch out, Kuno! He's trying to crawl up your ass!
Kuno knows which kip Kuno meant. Kuno knows all the kips. Kuno's dad's a kipped expert. Says kipped every day. 100 times a day.
300 time of time. Я, кажется, поняла, кого он в детстве что-то смотрел. Можно? I'll do it again.
Kuno's dad doesn't give a shit about anything.
Try to
Да, мы
crawl
уже
out of
поняли.
Kuno's ass now!
Yeah? The fuck did you want anyway? You got your... Yeah? Kuno took the bugs. So what?
So it wasn't the phasmid. A wave of disappointment washes over.
It's not Bugtown. It's the city of locusts. Locusts aren't just bug shit. They come out of the sky like a fucking shadow. Shit descends.
Stop!
Блин, каждый диалог это просто подарок.
You stop. It's like their fucking night. Locust City, Night City, City of Rage.
There's a tug of war over the name of this fantastical city. It's almost... The girl forces herself to watch again. The corners of her eyes twitching from disgust.
Kuno, the pig wants to help you! Oh, that sounds...
An artist? Maybe I am an artist. You hear that, everyone? I'm a fucking artist now.
Куда теперь художник?
Did he just say I? Kuno usually calls Kuno Kuno.
Да, ты сказал я?
Kuno made Kuno. Kuno says whatever the fuck he wants. There are no rules here, pig.
Так. Делай, что хочу, тут нет правил.
I fucking say I when I wanna, and Kuno when I wanna. Kuno's free. Kuno's free to fucking die, bitch.
This is what he sometimes
Bitch.
does when things get tense.
Искусство — это круто, я тебе как арткоп говорю.
Oh my god, Kuno! He's gonna make you totally lame in like 3 seconds. Don't let him, Kuno.
Ты полностью оботстоишься где-то, типа, через секунду, через 3. Не дай ему тебя оботстоить. Вот это глагол. Оботстоить.
Yo, fuck you, see? Kuno can be what Kuno wants to be. Kuno's his own man. Kuno's free.
Ах, да иди ты нафиг. Куда? Куда может быть кем, куда захочет. Куда сам себе хозяин. Куда свободен. Он дергает за пуговицы, пытаясь порвать на груди рубаху. Те не поддаются. Я нормальный.
Kuno made himself into Kuno. Kuno can make himself into anything. Kuno can make himself into a pig if he wants. Kuno can make himself into a... Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Kuno doesn't give a shit.
Don't make yourself into a pig, Kuno. You'll have to take me away.
Могу стать кем угодно. Kuno сделал сам себя. Kuno может стать кем угодно. Захочет, может стать мусором. Не становись мусором, Kuno, а то мне придется тебе придется меня арестовать.
In it, you hear snow melting, dripping from the eaves.
Кто-то закрывает окно,
Someone
да?
closing a window. So that's what this is about.
I don't believe you.
For once, the boy is use this momentary confusion to take control of the situation.
I don't give a shit. I don't need the locusts anyway. Shit is all lame now. C was right.
The girl's face appears again, above the fence. Just long.
It don't mean anything. It's shit. Kuno just likes to focus. Kuno likes to concentrate on shit. Build shit when he's zipping hard. Fuck. Pig, you really shouldn't have fucked with Kuno City. Now it's all fucking lame. Kuno's gonna let the fucking locusts die.
Так грустно сказал.
The fuck are they trying to catch anyway? With the traps?
He recognizes the name.
Bitches think Kuno doesn't know shit. The fuck out of here. Kuno's tired of this shit.
There's silence between the two children.
Вот это сейчас что
Clearly
будет.
like the hard stuff, Brota. Evening falls. The time has come to take the vow. The vows are blood and flesh.
Что за фигня? Чё это? Это празднует город... это город Куна из Саранчи, что? Так, красиво. Угу. Кишки опять от сердца к солнцу ведут. Не в мою смену. Просто забавно написано. Я вижу, ты любишь пожестче, майн брудер. Что? Клятву крови und плоти. Что?
Lower intestine. The term is metabolic and circulatory system. Fascism, Brota.
Вот прям очень актуально сегодня, блин.
Many things, but it's mostly about trusting your gut. Who does your gut tell you is the source of Revachel's problems? Yes, Them women. Women. Men of war. You don't like them. They're insane. Their idiocy needs to be scrubbed off this world with rubbing alcohol. Woo men need to go back to the fucking kitchen. That's what fascism boils down to. The rest is also important. But the main thing is that woo men need to know their place.
Да, вообще-то...
Feminists? No, it can't be.
Did you know you can forget thoughts? Go to your thought cabinet and forget all about feminism.
Stomach truth. You're having a stomach truth. Because you've said the hard things that others won't say. The good thing, you're going to keep your views, right? Keep your views, brota. There's a slow, painful growth. It is one of betrayal.
Офигеть. Когда это во мне возникло? Когда успела? Я вроде бы даже не предпринимала таких действий. Это очень интересно. Ну да. Так, почему раскрыто дело 216? Я только что раскрыла дело о пропавшей саранче. Должно быть 217. А, это, наверное, в этом сквере. Логично.
The theme on that pinball machine is a standard royalist theme, used on everything from clinging to a picture book version of the past century, waiting for the king to come back and cast out all the profiteers and homosexuals. Basically, imagine a yellow plastic crown with a liquor brand emblazoned on it. It comes free with a six-pack of Vermilion Roy d'Or. The words Roy d'Or are stamped into the crown's plastic. The sentiment is called anti...
Странно. Так, могу, да, сообщить криптозоологу.
Hello, officer. I think I almost have it. So it was just a...
Thank you for telling us, sweetie.
She acts chipper. Something is secretly gnawing.
Yeah, you're right.
Darling, I told you to take it easy. You're getting...
You're right, you're right.
There won't be a next season. Not for this. Find a phasmid or admit defeat, people.
He's right, dear Morel.
Self-deceit, sire.
You're right, dear.
This place is much better.
Is that a pang of sadness?
Thank you, dear. And you, Detective Fox?
You're right, Lena. The RCM is worth their salt.
Okay, it's,
A sigh. She doesn't think you'll need it.
you too. Morel? Let's roll.
Да, пусть отдохнуть в кои веки. Так, молодой человек, а?
Hi again, Gendarme. Oh, a committee. How interesting. And if I may ask, Gendarme, what is this committee about?
He's all bemused skepticism. He doesn't actually care what you want with his friend.
Sounds like a bore, frankly. In any case, I would love to help. But the thing is, I don't know where he is. He might have mentioned something about making a tour of some historical sites up the coast. In an unofficial capacity, of course. Not a clue. I guess you will. Bye-bye, Gendarme.
Так. Выяснили, где он может быть. Так, да, побережье опять же. Позвонить в библиотеку. Снова побережье. Сказать Эврару, да. Ну и позвонить. Сколько времени?
Again? I can't believe it.
The man does trying to get a good. Can he even see through those?
Wow. Just wow. That really...
It's safe to say this is about your karaoke performance.
I get it. You were purposefully shit. So original. I'm not letting anyone up there again. Ever. Now what... Another thing. Great. I love those. Yes?
Не хочу с ним разговаривать. Печеньки. Кстати. У меня 11 бутылок в пакете. А я их не сдала. Да, это же преступление.
The tear machine stands in the corner. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money.
Почти 3 реала. Шикарно. Контейнер. Не могла удержаться.
Oh, hey, mister. I knew you'd be back to talk with old Leo here. Yes, I did. It's like Lady Larice said when she opened a bathhouse in the basement of my apartment building. They can only get so far before they're aching to get back. And lots of folk really did keep coming back. No trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. It's like that old saying goes, wisdom withers if not shared. And old Leo is always up for sharing.
Что там было? Непонятно.
Mr. Dubois, every worker...
Каждый рабочий.
And for his fellow man. That's right, Mr. Dubois. You're turning out to be quite the individualist there. So, you had business with me, my dear Harry. There are literally millions of containers. Harry, you smooth-talking son of a bitch. Time is a precious resource.
Smooth talking. Maybe that's the way to go about opening the container. You should at least try convincing it.
Ah, yes. Your side investigation. Thank you. You've got some spirit clearing up phony
Actually, he refuses to not even a speck of anger in his voice.
I'm very glad to hear that, Harry. One question. You didn't actually...
He's trying to figure out if you're lying. There is no way to sway this man in any direction. He is unsuggestible and unswayable. Just tell the truth.
Exactly the kind of fascist memorabilia I was expecting. Weasel probably prays to it every night for the downfall of the Union.
He was testing you.
Now let's get down to brass tacks. It's time for men like me and you to figure out who's killed. By now, I'm sure you've figured out who the dead man was working for. The bad guys. Wild Pines. Sent to scare us. And Harry, this strike is the culmination of many, many mistakes made by the Wild Pines group. They tried to shut the strike down by...
You mean our victim?
A security contractor? Can you imagine that? Workers standing in peaceful protest, united in the spirit of fellowship, and they send hired killers to mow us. I'm talking beasts. Hardened killers from proxy wars in Yisut, Semenine, Saramoritsa. Everything they did there, they brought over here. They want to turn Revachol into a third world slum. Now, I haven't personally witnessed the brutalities out there. I have the Yes, I'm an old man, Harry. My legs aren't what they used to be. They lift my office with that big crane. It's actually very fun. You should try it. But enough about me and my fun container. One of them got downright suicidal. Getting drunk, violent, a little rapey. Even their own negotiator couldn't control.
By negotiator, you mean Joyce?
Harry, what you need to realize is, we dock workers are not pushovers. We got grit, Harry. This whole neighborhood does. Potentially, Harry, potentially. There's a militant wing inside the Union. A group of people whose duties don't involve manual labor.
That sounds a bit like...
They're like you guys.
Again, that sounds like organized crime.
Да. Прикольный выпуск. У профсоюза есть своя военизированная группа. Люди, в обязанности которой входят не ручной труд, а сохранение порядка в нашем районе. Организация должного течения жизни. Логика такая, похоже на преступную группировку. Босс продолжает. Они похожи на вас, идеалисты, которые хотят, чтобы не случилось ничего дурного. Ну а если уже случилось, то виновные, чтобы должны были быть наказаны. Логика. Повторюсь, похоже на преступную группировку.
So these idealists killed our victim?
One day Titus Hardy, leader of this peacekeeping faction, comes up to me and says, "Boss, socialist democratic fervor drove us to take it upon ourselves to kill this beast that was burdening the land."
Конечно.
He probably worded it differently, but that was the idea. Sure sounded to me like they killed him.
Aren't you worried we might arrest them for this?
Oh, I'm not at all worried about that. These are not the kind of men who get arrested. They're Martinez boys, tough and gritty.
Uncertainty belies his boasting, so he doesn't want to counter with a narrative that exonerates the Union. But what?
How do I know? Last winter, some poor workers in Terminal E went on a little strike. The company sent in Sediment, a security contractor. The strike was over the workers' right to wear protective footwear, Harry. These guys turn up and start beating people. Tell you what, Harry, I wouldn't be surprised if we got the same mercenary company after a little rebranding. And I'm sure as hell not surprised to see an army of scabs under my gates.
So you believe the scabs were organized by the security contractor?
You said it. Hell, one of those guys looks big enough to take down that proverbial elephant. Boys like that don't just happen to show up during strikes. Of course, you're always one step ahead of me, Harry. I'm no genius. I'm in this position because people like me. Tribunal? That sounds serious, Harry. We union men should be shitting ourselves. I wish you hadn't told me that. I'm gonna lose sleep over this.
He's clearly happy about the tribunal.
Oh, Harry, what do I really think?
He wants you to do more things for him before.
Oh, Liz is a bright one. I paid for that law degree myself, thinking it'll probably turn her all fancy. But oh, they are simply fine young men. All seven. Old Theo used to run them, but things really kicked into...
Interesting.
They're almost all of them great. Work with them. Hell, interview them. But don't fight them. They really are just like you.
That's him allowing the police to... He's betting on them being useless to you.
But of course, it's the least I...
You can now go and tell Ty...
Also, Harry, here's 5 real. I'm not giving you any...
Needless to say, this is another move.
Oh, I wasn't offering it to you, just holding it out there. But I'm willing to
Да,
share
я вам не
information.
предлагал деньги, я их просто
Was there
держал
anything
в своей
else?
руке рядом с вами. Да, именно так.
So they shot him.
He was shot in the head.
How odd. I don't know what to say, Lieutenant.
It's impossible to say if he's telling the truth, sire.
В смысле, не правдив он или нет? Он же говорит, что никуда не выходит. Это значит, что он не заглядывал во двор.
What I do know is, the case is in safe hands. If anyone can get to the bottom of this shot and hanged man, it's my... Was it a good talk? I'm not sure we made... I don't know what happened, Harry. I wanted you to feel like Mr... Yes, Harry. It's like I can't fully...
A man of the left. He's been hurt too much in the past by men who aren't social democrats.
You're saying it, but I don't believe you. You know...
And what would isn't?
Once again, I require nothing unethical or illegal of you. You just need to get 2 little signatures on this piece of paper. And then... I'm glad you asked, Harry. The Union is going to build a modern youth centre in There's a nameless little street on the coast. Yes, yes, the little cul-de-sac on the coast. They are just going to have to deal with the construction noise for 6...
Is he absolutely sure the tenants won't be thrown out?
Am I? Harry, these people... We're going to build a youth centre there. The value of their...
He means it.
Блин, брать не брать. Брать не брать.
You bring joy to my heart. You need to get signatures from Isabel Sadie and Lillian Carter. Once you have the signatures, mail this to 13022 La Rocca in La Delta. Then I'll know you're a solid... Let's hear it, Harry. Of course, Harry, of course. Let's not linger on personal details and amnesia. You
Да,
wanted
как
something
всегда,
from me.
потребовали от нас чего-то, но взамен ничего.
See you soon.
Ну, хоть на стул не просил присесть. Их тут, кстати, 2. Выбор дает? Нет. В том-то и дело. Да, и все-таки у нас тут 4 очка навыков. Надо с ними что-то делать. Первизер. Дата рождения. Ну, допустим. Что у нас
You're
тут?
back before the cargo container. Its drawer has not lessened since you were last here. If anything, it seems to have grown slightly.
Риторика. Не, есть что-нибудь на риторику? Можно ухудшить риторику. Спасибо. Драма. О. Да, что такое поло? А, кстати, ничего так. Что еще смотрится? Стало чуть легче. Мои любимые 28%.
Despite the dirt that surrounds and trails you, the door stands.
Satisfied, detective?
Try again. Just like that, you hear a click, then a rattle. Some mechanism unlocks itself inside the door.
Ahoy! Come on in!
You can't be serious.
Выкуси, Ким. Игра такая, ай, пусть проходит. Если не пройду, она все равно будет щелкать, пока не пройдет. Класс. Кто вы, что вы?
The man stands at the far end of the shipping container. It's hard to say anything more about him. You cannot make out any of his details.
Что случилось?
You do feel that the feeling causes all the hairs on your body to stand at attention, like soldiers preparing. Something's amiss. The light beams bend around his face and scatter in trying to visualize the physics at play is liable to give you an aneurysm. In the general stillness, only your tongue moves, flickering as you utter.
Welcome. Come in. Make yourself at home. Sorry, I'm not better able to receive you. I wasn't expecting visitors today.
I wasn't expecting visitors today. Так. Это этот? Как его? Абрамович, который... Ух ты, да? Вот у меня единственное, что приходит в голову, что с моими деньгами?
You can't hear him exactly, yet you're able to understand every word he says.
Кимаш,
It is very strange.
Now, what can I do for you, gentlemen? Who am I? Oh, I haven't been asked that question for such a long time. I don't meet a lot of people outside my circle these days. Anyhow, my name is Rustam Diodore, investor, license holder, and extremely high net worth individual. And you are?
Nice to meet you, comrade.
Mr. Diodore, I am Lieutenant Kim Kitsuragi of the RCM, and this is my partner.
А, в смысле? Господин никто я.
Pleasure to meet you, Harrier Dubois. I must admit, the name suits you very well. Traveling. This is a great way to get around. It's fun, it's safe, and it gives me lots of time to think.
Прикольно.
By the way, let me now ask you a question. Where are we exactly?
In the very, very early days of colonizing this archipelago, the kingdom of Surens, a precursor of a modern Sur-le-Clay, used to own the city of Revachol, an obscure detail in the bigger picture, but still worth dropping.
Ah, Revachol. I remember walking its streets as a teenager. There used to be a bowling alley in Stella Maris. I wonder if it's still there. It's a shame I can't get out and explore myself. One of the downsides of being an extremely high net worth individual is that mobs of low net worth individuals are constantly banding together to ask for money. There simply aren't enough hours a day to hand out all the handouts. It's like spending money is a matter of desire. I'm sure you agree. I don't have the desire for spending it like that. Smart, no? It also provides a means to hide from all the targeted advertising we extremely high net worth individuals are constantly subjected to. Luxury yachts, high-fidelity portable radio systems, fail-proof outerwear, and so on. It just gets a bit middle-class after a while. A bit bourgeois. What? No, I didn't say that at all. Being rich is great. Just don't tell anyone I told you that.
Договорились.
Oh Lord, not this again. We have a murder to solve, and yet you go... And yet it never...
It's quite alright. I'm used to the question by now. To be blunt, I inherited my fortune from my grandmother, who herself was an extremely high net worth individual back in
Это не имеет отношения к убийству, я просто хочу послушать этот акцент.
All I did was take her fortune and invest it prudently. Believe it or not, it takes more than a bit of skill not to blow a vast fortune on sailing boats, bad choices, and unsupervised state policy.
Actually, at the level this guy is, it takes several generations.
I gotta tell you, at first, being rich is a lot of work. You've got to work hard because everything's so darn expensive. You know, prices increase exponentially at this income level. But then, once you've reached my position, it's nearly impossible for me not to make money. My assets are so diversified that I'm bound to come out ahead no matter what. Some of my lower net worth friends say to me, but doesn't that take all the fun out of it? And I tell them, not really. One would imagine living such a high net worth existence is overwhelmingly exciting. But yes.
Could you please stop asking everyone for money? It does not reflect well on the RCM, and to be perfectly frank, we can't afford to...
It's perfectly alright. As you may know, us high net worth individuals do not have a lot of cash on hand. Investments and liquidity are enemies of one another. I think I only have coins for coffee machines. Here is 3 real. How much can you get for this? That's the idea, my friend. Maybe you can make that money grow. Come up with an investment plan.
This is a proposal. These ultra-liberal types love losing huge sums of money on ludicrous proposals. Ergo, you should come up with a plan that's totally dead in the water. If business planning were really your strong suit, you...
Go on. Yes. Hold on. Have we met before? Yeah, on second thought, it couldn't. Your idea reminds me of a group of young men who they pitched me and a handful of other. Well, at first everything was rosy. The ideas were solid, but they were lacking in... How do I put... They lacked the will to get things done. As their financial situation became more desperate, their ideas devolved from realistic to absolute insanity. We lost all of our money. High art types never deliver. They're only good for peddling Welkins or whatever creeps they come up with.
I guess the inordinate amount of time they put into drawing mythical creatures did not generate a return on investment.
Nobody knows for sure, but the place can't be pretty. Sadly, when we got there, it was too late. The concept had run out of steam. Only dust remained.
Да. Как он сказал, Fort Accident. Я думал, это была из-под ложь.
What I want to tell you is this. It's a very...
Okay, well, maybe I was wrong.
You're welcome. Now, was there something else I could help you with? It was a real pleasure. Farewell, friend.
У меня начинает количество денег это офигевать. А сейчас ровно 70. Спасибо. Я такой, прикольно. А все-таки.
Welcome back, gent.
Ладно, не получилось в этот раз с инвестициями. Ну ладно. А там что-то появилась процедура банкротства. Но мне кажется, это будет крайне унылая мысль. Я пока все равно не хочу. А, это было забавно. Вернула обратно на логику. Угу. Так, теперь что можно? Там в дверь в подвале что-то появилось. Возле двери в подвале подписи собрать. А, по побережью нужно походить. Ах, да. Прогуляюсь на всякий случай вот тут. И здесь. О, можно Синди передать привет. Вдруг тут что-то еще есть. Запись поставил. Класс. Может, мою куртку заценит. Ага, обязан.
Hello again, officers. Have you come to admire my music? I don't believe it.
The bemusement in her voice doesn't fully mask genuine tenderness.
There'll never be skulls, but their hearts are in the right place. Fat chance. But you can still do your part to revitalize the neighborhood.
She throws you.
Have you noticed the quiet? This place is a sepulcher. We'll paint it red.
Очень полезно. Батстин.
Master Investigator. You just can't keep yourself away from locked and hidden places. Attaboy, the world's secrets were made.
Так, что, джемрокская охота? У меня сейчас все равно нету очка навыка. Ладно. Что там было? Журчание воды, кто-то моет посуду. Так, а что если сохраниться и зайти?
The door is closed. You hear someone inside.
А. Дверь закрыта. Да ничего такого.
Just an ordinary wall. Nothing to see here.
Давай быстрее. У них, интересно, можно что-нибудь спросить?
The purity of snow always reminds me of the purity. Yes, I'm an old man.
He feels like he has to justify himself.
Yes, it does. Unfortunately, it's a private matter.
You see, officer.
I'm fine, goddammit. No one. The boss.
No one?
Yes.
Look, officer. The container yard doesn't actually need a guardsman. Never had one before, René.
The possibility of someone being...
Evrard created this job for René because he knows the Royal Carabinier's pension of honor and PTSD isn't something a man can live off. A decorated kingsman collecting tear reflects bad on the whole neighborhood.
Да нет ничего плохого в том, чтобы собирать бутылки. Я тоже подрабатываю.
Oh, I didn't mean...
Yes.
He is not going to become an entrepreneur.
Yes. Like I said, it would be up anyway.
But
the
still.
purity of snow always...
All you observe.
This is the uniform of the Royal Carabiniers in service of Frissel the...
Don't you mean Frissel?
You do not speak his name, Craven.
There's something you missed. You'll get to it.
Воу. То есть ты можешь тут пройти. Это неплохо. Только я не хотела так идти. Я хотела делать fast travel. Да, не будет так утомительно. Так. А пока я отойду. Остальное еще нет. О.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope.
Точно,
The
можно
12 to 40
документы
month
посмотреть.
construction period and the zoning plan in the addendum. The youth center cuts. It's going to be awfully close to the already. This is either an ominous "my money is on cool." Looks like a cubic pyrite.
97%.
There is no loophole. The simple truth is, the current residents are going to lose their street access. Once the construction starts, it'll probably take a few months, a year maybe, for even the most stubborn occupant.
I should have seen it. Evrard probably has eyes on us, but we could try to get other people to sign this instead of those listed. Or you could forge their signatures yourself. By the time he finds out, we'll already be gone.
Так. Читательский билет, блин. Ну-ка. Пойдем позвоним.
Inside, we see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone.
This is Precinct 57. How may I assist you? Hold on. I've got Central...
Yes, this is Central Jamrock Public Library here. How can I help?
He sounds worried, yet ready to assist.
Billy Majon, you said. Yes, hello, are you still there? I found Billy Majon's home address, is that alright? No phone number.
They're too poor to have a phone line.
Here we go, sir. Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33B, apartment number 20. It's in Martinez, I believe. Capeside Apartments, it said.
That's where the smoker on the balcony lives, isn't it?
It says here that they returned their last book just a few days ago. Marie? Marie? Yes, it was my colleague, Marie. She said that it was Billy's husband who returned the book. He also asked for the...
Good. You have a name now.
Sorry, no. Marie only knows... Marie? She said it was an older man, and that she's pretty... Sorry. Marie wasn't really paying any attention. Marie knows Billy.
And then goes for a little drink later. On the look.
Happy we could help.
Anything else you need from me? Yes, I got...
The lieutenant leans in to listen, notebook in hand.
That suit of armor was issued to an Oranese citizen named Ellis Kortenaer. That's E-L-L-I-S K-O-R-T-E-N-A-I-R. Exact date of birth unknown. He was signed into the Lelystad County Neonatal. He was found as a newborn in a leaf compactor near an abandoned farm. He spent 4 months in the neonatal unit, survived apparently.
According to Klasia, Lele said his real name.
This is what the ICP knows about him. He was raised by foster parents, entered the East Brand Military Academy in Vredefort. Then the armor followed him to Seminine, or at least I assume it did. And that's it. There are no... It's a garden tool used to press leaves into these cubes.
It is. Thank you, Alice.
None, officer. Sorry.
Even that is a small miracle. These organizations, you...
No problem, Lieutenant.
A compliment from Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Not bad.
Да блин. Я же только что пила чай. Что за... Извиняюсь.
The name. This is very good.
This means something to him. Sometimes police work is...
I'm glad the inquiry was helpful to your investigation, officer. Did you have any other questions? Right.
10-4, come in. 10-4, sir, glad to hear that. I'll write down that there is no need to issue a new one to you then. Over.
Over.
Roger that.
Позвонил только ради
over
этого.
and out.
Over. Что ж, разобрались. Да, можно это. Так. Джемрокская охота. По-моему, я такого еще не думала. Ну-ка. Давай-ка подумай над этим. И пока сбегаем опять в тот жилой массив. Так. И да, нужно подняться еще выше. Блин, так жалко каждый раз. Человек просто дошел подышать воздухом. Ну и немножечко согреться с шавермой на закуску.
A weathered brown door. Something smells good. Soup à l'oignon. The lieutenant This is the door. You get yourself together. It's just police work.
Don't knock! Just leave! You don't need this! You don't need to sad it up!
You're right. Let's talk this through.
You hear some light footsteps and...
We have our first preliminary identification. In all likelihood, now, delivering a death notification is never an easy task. Dead? Just don't say that you know how they feel. You don't.
Good advice. The lieutenant motions towards...
Да, вот раз у нас сила воли есть, мы это сделаем.
And someone turns down the radio. Tidying up. There's fear in her voice.
Просто посмотреть. Пахнет гречкой и луком. Шикарно. Ух ты. Часики. О, автосохранение очень вовремя.
It's you from the book stand. I don't think I introduced myself properly. I'm Billy. Would you like something to drink?
The lieutenant has taken off his foggy glasses. Condensation. He must feel vulnerable without his glasses. Is this why he's letting you take the lead?
Is this about Victor, my husband? Is he in some kind of trouble again? I can come pick him up in the station if that's what. No, this is something much worse. Is he in the hospital? How bad is it?
Кактусики на подоконнике.
How about some small talk before you... Definitely no small talk. This isn't the time or place.
It's me, Victor, and the kids here. We have two. Jolie is 16 and Jenny is... The girls are staying at their friend's place. He has a problem with drinking. He's probably in the box drinking with his friends. I sent him to the library a few days ago, but no, I guess it shouldn't be long from now. He's never gone for just to return a book of mine.
Do something? Break something? It's a fool's hope.
I think it was, Thibault's the glinting cut. His old leather jacket. It's just...
It reminded him of his teenage years.
No, well, the lining is hand-sewn. It's blue, I tried to make the...
She folds her hands across her chest.
Так. 97%.
You've done this before. Just keep your focus.
What did you say? Oh. Oh. But he was just...
But he was just here. Alive.
We understand this comes as a huge shock. I want you to know that me and my partner are here for you if you have any questions.
What happened to him? Was he drunk? I see. And you just found him there, lying in the cold. How long had he been there?
If you say 2 days maybe, it will be etched in her mind forever. She blinks, eyes welling up.
Here.
No, no. I just need to tell my girls. God, should I call them? Should I?
No. A day.
Good. That's probably the right thing. Just tell me, what do I need to do next? Where is he?
We've taken him to the city morgue. The local coroner will be contacting you shortly to arrange the funeral.
A very good call.
Is there anything else that the RCM could do for you?
No, I'll call you if something comes up. I'm still... Thank you. Thank you for telling me.
We should step outside and talk.
Mhm. Вот как всегда, только отложишь телефон, как кто-нибудь на него позвонит. Так, чё поговорить? Я был молодцом.
You did well. I'll call the station when we're finished with the day. That's it. We should get back to our case now that our duty here is done. They'll manage.
They have to. It's not you.
Let's go.
Фух, так. Ах, да. Порт. Секунду. Так, я вернулась. Так, респонсабилита. Так, теперь точно в деревушку. И... О, вернулись, ребят. Это, конечно, не важно, но...
Hey, tequila!
Так, нас узнают. Его зовут дурак от роду так.
Good to see
Он же был
you.
идиот Doom
How's
Spiral.
business? How's the whole reality situation treating you? So what's happening? Yeah, tequila sunset. How are the high concept
Да, есть Tequila Sunrise,
reality-based
но у нас Tequila
adventures
Sunset.
proceeding?
He says it like it's obviously your name. Like you call someone Billy Brunel or leader of the 4th Street gang. Good. These people know your true name. Looks like it has preceded you, Mr. Sunset. More.
I like this guy. You should too. He respects you by calling you your true name.
Так, я не знаю, мне все говорят, что я коп. Я к этому привыкаю.
It's good to hear that you're on top of things. Talking about used to, did you know that I used to be a Sadly, things aren't going that well in Idiot Doom Spiral land.
This guy's your buddy. You feel it immediately. You belong to an organization, a fraternity of drunks.
Can't really remember seeing any women.
He really has no idea who this Ruby...
We are saving...
Please. Please don't go. Don't go.
Okay, we're drinking. We're drinking alcohol. That's what we're doing. I tried to save the world once. So
точно, его
now it's a
душесчипательная
pirate's
история.
life for me. It's you. You're... We've met before.
No, you sure don't.
Maybe.
Tequila sunset. Something.
Let me take a sip to moisten up my core. Hey, let's not jump ahead. You got here on Friday to solve a case. Word on the street is you went around the local hostel telling people that you're a police officer.
The lieutenant's brow is furrowed. He's listening as casually as he can.
Ты заявлял каждому встречному, что ты офицер полиции, и будет очень стрёмно, если ты застрелишься прямо у них на глазах. По-моему, это довольно концептуально. Киму действует максимально невозмутимо, да.
It was a late Saturday night when we, the union...
Oh, yes, you do, Bratushka. The only thing better than that is put...
One moment we hear the sound of a motor carriage revving up somewhere on the plaza.
Do you remember the sound of wood cracking? The billboard?
Треск дерева и билборда, да.
Naturally, loud noises pique the interest of anybody owning a pair
Хорошо,
of
что их там не 3 было.
That's just the reality we're in. Anyway, there was a brief silence. Sounded like someone jumped the canal. We grabbed our brewskis and rushed to the jetty.
Да, мы подхватили пиво и бегом к причалу. Не стоит недооценивать скорость, с которой могут перемещаться алкоголики.
What we saw was a sight to behold. The time hath come. So, naturally, being the curious cat I am, I asked what time. The time hath come for tequila sunset, the end of all things. After which, your reality contracted. You jammed the pedal, plowed right. We ran towards the ice, whilst you crawled your way out, miraculously unhurt. When we finally got there, you were sitting on the beach crying. Recognizing a brother in need, we offered our condolences. We asked about the whole tequila sunset thing, and you told us it was your name now, and insisted that we... I'm not sure. I think you... Yeah. Hours. It was an all-night drink-a-thon. Then, at some point, how they're beautiful and also whores and so on.
Wow, that's quite a story.
That's quite a story.
Yeah, I bet.
If you only knew.
Да, готов поспорить, текила просто легенда в своем участке. Ты, наверное, гордишься, что работаешь с ним. Если бы вы только знали.
You were pretty vague.
Please, don't open that door.
Так, чё началось?
No one's fucked me. I...
Abigail! It seemed pretty painful, to be honest with you. If I had to beside your gun and your bat... In retrospect, I guess you lost your motor carriage too? You told us that they...
It's more like you were cramping.
No specifics. It was... Yeah, you said it was no biggie and that you'd solve it in...
A lot of cops go solo and hermit once they reach that level.
It's not meant as a joke. He's sorry for the hermit cop.
Yeah, you said that you'd really behaved unreasonably. You kept apologizing. You also kept pausing to knock the heel of your hand against your temples, saying, stupid, stupid, stupid. It's a hard thing for a man to confront his past. That's why I... Whoop-de-doo. So now I'm a fucking storyteller. Right. Why not? It depends.
You might get scammed.
Booze. Did you... So... Have you got anything for good old... Not much, but it...
Hey, Spiral Boy, you gonna share that?
Don't call Abigail!
Shut up, guys. I'm telling a story here. I was once a reasonably high net worth individual. I used the profits from my agency to finance what I call... I developed the paradigm. 22 full-time employees. An all-star... It did. With my trusty... But now dreams are worn thin. One day I left on my evening run.
His eyes are clouded. His eyes are your eyes.
So I removed the key ring and put the keys for the front gate and the apartment into different... I was halfway done with my usual lap when it started to rain. I made my way back home and discovered that I didn't have the key to the front gate. Naturally, the situation required me to climb over the gate, which I did. There was no climbing down. Ouch, indeed. Reality was looking rather grim just then. So I made my way across the yard. Standing in front of my apartment. I wish I were tequila. I wish I were.
Тем временем нас заметает.
Instead of my apartment key, I rang my neighbor's buzzers. People are naturally wary of ad men, you see. One moment someone chats you up, 5 minutes later you've bought a box of edible lingerie and a strap-on. I don't begrudge them, especially since I was known to be one of the best.
Heavy is the head.
Just then, I experienced a moment, but when I reached my office, I remembered that I'd asked one of my producers to change the locks that day. Anyway, long story short, life spiraled. So, now you've heard my tragic... Tequila, I've thought about this.
Why didn't you go to...
Well, At one point they came to me. I can't say it increased my faith in the RCM. No offense, gentlemen. Me neither, Tequila. When I lost my... You can't imagine what that does to a man's Good fucking question, Tequila. If I knew I used to own my reality situation. Now I can't hang on to anything. Just last...
You of all people should empathize with this.
My agency. Man.
Агентство называлось Бум-Бум-Рум. Мы тут недавно выяснили, что значит Бум-Бум-Бум.
With the lowest forms of marketing. I convinced my partners to reinvest some of our profits in an even more high concept. I was financing a group of poets in East Revachol who were developing a new universal poetic
If it sounds like it makes no sense, that's because it doesn't.
Well, you know, sex sells. That's the first rule of advertising. Maybe you're right. Who knows? Maybe we were behind the curve? What? You've never seen... Pretty nice, huh?
Good God.
Да
It's
что за
nearly
фигня?
impossible to describe how dirty this texture is. It's like rubbing two jellyfish skins together. You feel about 15% less human for having touched it. Randomized trials have also found Lycra, TM, to be associated. And then there's the smell.
Wow, you're lucky. He never lets me feel it.
That's because your paws are fucking filthy, Rosie. We're right next to the bay. You
Да.
can wash them.
Тебе повезло, мне он не дает потрогать, так потому что у тебя лапы грязные.
My fellow man.
Hey, Tequila.
Shut the fuck up, Rosemary. He's a cop, remember?
Да, Tequila, хочешь купить спидов? Розмари, ты дебил, он же коп.
I thought he was a cool cop.
Don't call Abigail.
Да, и не звоните Abigail.
And this is Abs. So yeah, that's Tequila. It's a... Say, you're a detective. Nah, this isn't it. Found. That's media. It's a big world out there.
Hey, Doom Spiral. Ain't that...
Not on your fucking life, Rosemary. What's wrong with you people?
Он же коп, он
Like
только
I'd
на
be
них и
caught dead
держится,
wearing
да.
found, like some... Tell you what, Tequila. Why don't you just...
At least you got a nice jacket for your troubles.
You too, Tequila.
Okay, let's step...
Так, погоди, у меня тут мысля.
The Jamrock Shuffle. In
Иллюстрация
a way,
особенно огонь.
yes, you are treasure hunting. Most officers from Precinct 41 do what is called the
Вы
Jamrock
будете находить
Shuffle,
более качественные
cracking
предметы
open
в запертых
containers.
контейнерах?
Most of them are from Jamrock or Coal City, the
Вот это
poorest
да.
parts of Revachol, that also overlap with the network of rural catacombs.
Офигеть. И у меня есть еще очко навыков. Кинуть в логику, что ли? Или визуальный анализ. Или или риторика. Риторика вот очень полезна. А тем более тут у меня штраф мыслей. Нивелирую, пожалуй, эту разницу. Какое слово-то я вспомнил? Нивелирую.
I've been meaning to have a little chat with you. But it's just, well, you look more like a high-flying businessman than a police officer. Oh, God. You know the expression, the clothes make the man? The right outfit in the right situation can make all the difference in the world. Let's not get ahead of our...
A warm smile.
То есть мы все-таки полиция моды.
Anyway, we should...
Так, найти куртку, ставить подписи, попросить подписи. Ну-ка-ся. Не.
Yes?
Да не, ничего, отойди, пожалуйста. Мне тут нужно кое-что попробовать. Да погоди, ничего не делай, сейчас я попробую.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12 to 40 month construction
за тобой могут
period and the
наблюдать
zoning
люди
plan
Эврара.
in the addendum.
Да, мне кажется, что Ким или девочка это люди Эврара. Или получается мне одной вечерком их подделать. Вонечка. А если я зайду в свой домик? Да, я тоже так подумала. Ну, я думала, в принципе, без разницы, в какой дом зайти. Ну-ка. Ну-ка.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. A 12
Так, нужно сохраниться. 50% все-таки.
You take the legal documents out of the envelope. The pen is shaking in your hand as you draw a pathetic little line.
Что я наделал?
It appears you have drawn a line instead of it. No, it's just a line. Forgery obviously isn't your strong suit. Sorry for suggesting it.
Не-не-не, я хочу подделать.
You take the legal documents out of the... With a confident flourish, you complete your forgery. What do you see on the signature line? Indeed, they look distinctly different and very convincing. These might as well be their actual signatures. But they're not, and the document will be nullified if they dispute it. All you need to do now, there was a mail delivery box in the plaza.
Иха! Класс. Супер, супер, супер. Поставила 2 подписи. Ну ладно, отправлю чуть позже. Погнали. Да, у нас тут еще есть кое-что, что стоит порасследовать. Что там за знак? О, да, я слышу эту музыку. А еще предусмотрительно я возьму и... надену другую шапку. Это же бомжа шапка? Да. Просто реакция, а тут логика. Почему? Странно. Какие тут параметры у одежды, я вообще не понимаю. Ну, в смысле, по какому принципу они составлены. А, кстати, так и не попробовали медитацию. Это что с ней? Нужно попробовать. Не понял, что не произошло.
A shaggy-looking girl.
Oh, hello there.
It's cold out here, but she's not wearing.
Huh?
Maybe she didn't hear you.
So should you. Oh, I didn't notice that. Yeah, well...
What did she just say? That's not how a civilian is supposed to address an officer of the law. Your eyes are fixed on her as everything gets very still. Dangerously so.
Успех.
She looks down, pretending to be busy. Make her meet your eyes. The kid isn't arrogant. She's just afraid to look you in the eye. You already put her in her place.
You're right. I shouldn't have sworn.
Her hair is dyed blonde, with dark roots showing.
Okay. A cell. Why? Okay, it's Burger.
A very common name.
Burger.
You have little reason to doubt that's her real name. But she's not...
This is a portable recording device. Actually, just one wire. I picked on it till the braiding came loose. The wire, a contact mic, records sounds from inside.
Your mangled brain would like you to know there is a boxer called Contact Mike.
Да, твой искорканный мозг хочет сообщить тебе о том, что существует профессиональный боксер по имени Контактный Мик. Да? А что-нибудь про мою жену он хочет сообщить, а? А про маму? А про семью?
No idea.
Yeah, I record stuff with it. No. This is a contact microphone. It's for recording inside of solid objects. Contact mic just beats people up.
Да, сейчас докопаемся это с помощью боксера.
An entire litany spews forth.
Man, you are one weird cop. You do understand it all just sounds like marketing, right?
Теперь насчет того Мика, не Мика, а Мика. Ты в курсе, что я не понимаю, что ты говоришь?
The mic? I don't exactly. Same place I got the recorder from. Oh man. You haven't. It's a music club and a synthesizer.
Thinking about it really cheers her up. It's a long way from here, though.
Oh yeah. Guess.
Hey, didn't Piss Faggot and Fuck the World mention Van Eyck too?
A skull thing?
No, you don't. She's mistaken you for an old person.
I don't know what that means either. That's cool. Sucks, man. Was there something else?
Да, блин, что у меня с моральным духом?
Okay. Recording, I guess. I think I'm recording cracks in the art. My boyfriend. I don't know, man.
A lie. They were probably porn.
The musicians in the Elysium used them for making music. Anyway,
Elysium.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
She looks at the recording device.
Take this.
No, man, fuck that. I'm cool. I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry about the fuck.
It's okay.
Thanks. That. The boys think it could be a place like the Elysium or something. Stupid. Yeah.
And why is that?
They got too much stuff. Music stuff mostly. Yep. That stuff is more expensive. Go ahead.
Так. Добрый вечер, Мэйдэй.
It's supposed to become like a club, except that, yeah, you know, anodic, cathodic, synthesizers and...
You see clear, beautiful, violent flashing.
I know. It's not... Hey, you two are cops. Okay, well... Maybe you could talk to Andre and the guys. They're inside that thing there. Go ahead. Well, it's just questioning, right? You just question him. Once or twice, yeah. I'm sorry I haven't had the Revachol experience they get east of the river. Rich people. Rich people are east of the river. Aren't they? I thought they were as Vacholaire. Maybe you're right. Most of it, the usual. I had, you know, drinking, getting into fights. The ugly stuff that happens when you move out your parents' place at 13.
Interesting term. Time to glean.
Is this a rhetorical question?
Faubourg, not in Faubourg, is a massive banlieue south of Jamrock Quarter. It is the largest ghetto in Revachol, possibly the world.
My dad was a drunk. Plus, I guess, I just wanted to drink too, you know. Get my party on.
Отжигать?
Alright. No.
Just no?
It's pretty desolate here. I only hear the dogs bark at night. And see the exactly. It's our chance to turn the grim desolation into an overwhelming... Okay.
Автосохранение, спасибо.
Hello
Как раз
again.
собиралась.
The device is still warm from her touch and heavy as a brick from the batteries inside. The company logo. She looks you in the eye, her pupils wide, surrounded by a ridiculous amount. The wind howls. It's real. Tell her.
Допустим, ладно, я скажу полностью.
What is? I can't believe this turned into another mic thing. Fine. Okay, I'll stick to it. I'll knock it out in 3 rounds.
There is little you can do to help her now. Something changes between you two.
So thanks, I guess, for the psych session. Come on, I can tell. But, okay, what is it?
Опять меня назвали Бойдейру.
Oh, really? So, the thing that's been eating you...
Да, я наконец-то с репликой угадала, которые должны хилить мой моральный дух. Потому что они моральные, моралентарские. Во.
Okay. So you're not... Uh-huh. Go ahead.
Так, ну вроде получилось. Теперь нужно обратно надеть шапку. Шапку Декамилля. Малина. Какая разница? О, шорткат.
A pain of barely holding it up. The pain falls into the icy snow with a soft thunk.
Класс. Так, готовьтесь.
The tent is just tarpaulin fabric.
Come on, get in and close the flap behind you. The warm stuff's getting out.
It's safe to assume this.
Sorry, we barely...
You go.
I'm actually not.
I'm sure you will feel right.
Ким слился опять. Такой, так, молодежь? Но нет. Сейчас, секунду, я перестану танцевать. О, да. А теперь припев. Назафет. Я знаю, что такое назафет. Что ж.
You see a youngish man bleaching the tips of his head.
Hello, I'm Andre. It's a pleasure to meet you. This is my posse, Noid.
The young man with earrings looks at you.
And Egghead. Egg!
Come on, да. Эй, come on.
Together with a Settle Burger, who's out there right now, doing some seriously progressive. We have many in the pipeline.
Организация музыкальных мероприятий.
That means they haven't set up a single one yet.
И мы прямо сейчас работаем над несколькими. То есть ни одного не было. Блин, класс.
You see, we've been all over Jamrock North, prospecting for real estate.
Also for talent.
Yeah, thank you, Egghead. And while there is no shortage of raw, unfettered talent spinning tapes in...
Place is a shithole.
I apologise for my friend Noid's potty mouth. I realise this is not how you speak to a police officer. He has authority issues.
I will, lawman.
Which brings me to the problem of
An attempt to pander to your perceived conservative sensibility.
I'm talking about the church, and I'm not exaggerating. Dubheads! Burnouts! Well, I'm sad to say, that's exactly what happened. Strikes
Да.
And sadder yet, because the dopeheads and burnouts hold up in there with the worst.
He leans back a little, watching you with a steady, serious gaze. Good. This calls for an opinion. You're an expert in those.
They're spooky. I was hoping you would be the judge also. People just want to spin tapes without them spooking it up. Place has bad signs. No one can dance like that.
Like that.
Thank you, Egghead. So you're gonna look into it, right? It should be a police matter. Getting them out. Whatever spooky stuff they're doing, I'm sure. All right, man.
Andre's obviously very happy you took him seriously. The whole tent is.
I asked Noid. I had to do it in an hour. Of course. Noid, all right.
It's as if time has frozen somehow. Blam! Straight in the eye.
Да, блин.
Straight in the old eyeball. In the stabbing pain. Tears stream uncontrollably from your eyes.
Нам попали ключами в глаз.
Man, I'm super sorry.
He looks like he's genuinely sorry he didn't throw them better.
Только что совершил глазное убийство.
I really am sorry, man.
Wow, looks like there's quite a lot there.
Так, ну мы в этот раз брали деньги, так что... Ух ты, неплохо.
He is shifting.
We were talking about the pack not long, like a week maybe. I'm super sure they're alive.
Somewhere in the ruinous past that led you here, there was something called exams. You may have learned that...
Yes, I do. I listen to Channel 8 all the time. I know about crime stuff, and I
Да, на 80% уверен, что живы. Точно? Да, на все 60.
I mean, come on. Most people aren't ever that alive in their entire lives. I don't know. Oh, yeah. You're right. It is nonsense.
It feels good to be the smart cop, doesn't it? That's it.
Oh, okay. I won't. Sure, man. Tell us what you want to know. Truth is, I don't really know. Well,
This machinery is...
when I first scouted the place, back in February, it was abandoned. One of them
Да, точно, аппаратура.
water. Andre! Oh, and it felt like there was something in there with us. Watch it. No! The other one! Which other one? I'm not as in tune with my emotions as you. Felt like silence. Awful silence.
Silence of silence.
Even regular silence is awful.
The sound.
But that was something great.
Not exactly. We've just seen someone who we think is a woman go in and out of the... Sure, why not? But not really. What Noid said.
So brown and older, Ruby, what you have to see for yourself. These people,
Like, you aren't alone. It wasn't quite...
not human, as in a ghost.
It was this
Ага,
dark
это про
shape.
человека-краба,
Yeah, you know,
точно, да-да-да-да.
stalking herself.
Odd. Crabs are usually...
Yeah, totally. You should ask her about it.
The implications of this are too numerous. There probably is no crab.
You should talk to Noid about that. Well, honestly...
This is a below-feeble attempt at avoidance. Basically, he is attempting to weaponize.
Hey now, I'm 70% sure they're substance
Я же сказал, он
abusers.
ты такой, я на 70% уверен, до этого было 80.
Don't let all that technology fool you. Sure. What? Oh yeah, that's...
If you don't know what the founding party...
You know, of Meteo. Concerning Meteo. Come to think of it, I've never really looked them up, you know. I can't give you a precise... And they have roots in ancient mass society. And they're the custodians of... Totally. The Pericanassian church is about love. And Nordic music is about love. I got love for my Pericanassian posse. Love is the relay out of death. We dance!
Человек просто предал музыке. Хардкор!
Unity.
Мы поняли.
Make some noise for my Insulindian posse.
You feel it.
Я не могу понять, как они произносят слово
coursing through you.
компания.
Your big toe starts tapping along to the bass.
Insulindian posse. Wow, офигеть. Да, любовь может быть действительно хардкорной.
Oh yeah, it can. He's coming around. You're getting it. Your posse's like your people, man.
And where is your posse, detective? Nothing comes to you. The world is silent. Feels good.
Да. Да.
Are we? Yeah! Yeah! Yakokata! The place to be!
He seems ecstatic that you share his vision of pericarnassianism.
Do it for the masses. Do it. I didn't want to say it, but it was pretty lame of you to...
The one with the large head.
Yeah! Let it out! Let the disco happen! Bring the disco into this world! Get this church shit on, and then dance there, motherfucker!
Чё так громко?
Yes. What? Yeah. Good to have. But... oh, it's the one they sell at the fuel station.
It's like he's lying to you, my liege. But...
It doesn't... Told you we have a smell problem. Ether? I don't smell... No.
Да-да-да, еще кое-чем пахнет.
He sniffs the air. It doesn't take a forensic scientist to guess. However, their breathing is at least not under the influence.
The what now? Oh, the old
Да,
Ultra.
на зафет.
I have a major sinus infection. Stuffy nose. Yes, that's all Nosefed's doing. Nosefed is the shit. Sure. Here you go, officer.
Далее на зафета, класс.
He nods enthusiastically. No doubt, a little.
As always.
Hardcore.
Hi again. So,
A number of things don't. How about gather around, kids?
Ну что ж, детишечки, сейчас я вам расскажу вам сказочку, да.
The young speed freak puts down a busted. The one with the large head seems very enthusiastic.
Да, нормально вроде говорил.
Whatever you have there, would-be leader is less amused.
But you still are. What happened?
Диско звучит.
Shut it. What? I have.
The young speed freak is sad. He senses something is wrong.
We don't need drugs to be hot. Shut the fuck up, Egg. Climb down from the equestrian monument, cop man. What exactly is it you know? I have no idea how you arrived at that conclusion.
У нас есть динамика, да. Да, а где его братан?
What do you mean, friend? It's a one-speaker system. It's monodynamic. You wouldn't know the first thing about sound production and...
This may be the brain damage talking, but you've...
What do you know about spinning tape? I'm sorry, but there is no lab equipment. He said it was...
likely pseudo-effort.
And of all cellular-based life... Make up your mind. First is the... No shit. That's... Come on, that's...
Вы пытались использовать полицейского, чтобы организовать нарколабораторию. Ну это же... Карается расстрелом на месте. I am the law.
It's not. What do you mean, do?
There's resignation in his voice. The optimal way to go about this would be indifference. It begins by you telling him you don't.
What do you mean by lenient? Okay, man, okay. Things are just so hard for an entrepreneur in this city right now.
Жизнь жестока предпринимателям в этом городе.
We want to turn a church into the wickedest club because we do. We told it. We just need to turn it into a speed lab before.
Да, мы хотели организовать клуб, а просто там, ну, сначала надо было спиды сделать.
Get our foot in the door. Like I told you, spooky arseholes moved. No, man, they're spooky, all right. But the sign was, sir. You promised.
This is it. Judgment time.
Ну, настало время голосования. Ну-ка. Что у нас тут есть? Можно взять бабло. Можно их арестовать в 41-й участок. Можно просто выгнать. А можно организовать клуб только без спидов. Или делать клуб, но со спидами. Или вообще их послать пока нафиг. Как-то так. Да, час правосудия. Как там? Хатунс. Клуб без спидов. Ну-ка. Голосовалочка. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Единогласно.
Yeah!
Hardcore.
I knew it. It's impossible now.
No, Andre, it's harder now. This hard cop has come to show us how much the fish is, and the fish is always so much more. We all know there was never going to be a club for hypnotic music with the Speed Lab. Now it has a fighting chance.
Cop has come to show us how much is the fish. Класс.
There needs to be a club for hypnotic music in there. We need a win, Andre. I promise.
Okay, we'll do a straight club up in there. Spit
From here on, it'll be straight all the way.
As always.
Хатку. Ух. Голова устала шататься. Ким ты такое пропустил?
So you talked to my associates, right? Are you going to help us? Great. Let us know if there's any progress, will ya? Oh, that.
She's less prone to blurt it out, crab man, than the other.
Okay. I went in. She was dressed like someone who's been... And then, you know, right behind her, a man crawled. He stopped right before he got to the floor. Then just hung there like that, looking at me. Right at me. I fucking turned around and walked out.
Like a crab, you say?
It was too dark.
Come on. She obviously could. She already went into detail.
He looked like a banger, okay? He was all muscular and stuff. Had a mesh tank top.
Ну, конечно, эти все читай майки. Кажется, я знаю, какая музыка будет играть в этом клубе в церкви. Великолепная музыка, обожаю.
A crab and a banger?
Yes, a banger. As in a mess gang. I don't blame you. I mean, I wouldn't believe my associates. Of course I do.
To the cops.
Me? I'm a silver bird.
A silver bird. Feels strangely familiar.
Don't know what makes you think it'll be any different later, but I did and I'm sorry.
This is why I didn't go into the tent. Typical delinquents.
You don't get to choose your posse, they choose you. Mine.
Indeed. She merely tried to omit the truth instead.
I know, but I knew you'd see through their plan too. May I ask? What did you Thank you. I'll get them under wraps.
Так, разобрались. Клуб без спидов. Класс. Так, побережье. Не помню, на север пока бегаю. Будет ли там что-то или нет? По идее должно быть. То есть это место, откуда стреляли. Бип-бип. Мне казалось, оно где-то тут. Это мы проверили. Угу.
Is there something here that would indicate a...
I don't see it, Lieutenant W. Freighter. To warm his hands before pulling the trigger? Truthfully, this seems like a very poor choice to take a 1.2. It's not possible to climb those. A smoking assailant who favors Tiumutiri to us.
Tiumutiri was a Revacholian colony on Ilmara. Oh, you do? The butts you saw had a silhouette
Так,
of a
справка
boy
про
wearing
сигареты очень полезна.
a tobacco picker. This boy is the Tiumutiri brand logo. Contemporary Revacholians prefer Yuan. There, a glowing light on the third floor of the whirling in rags. With binoculars, you would...
Тем самым мы поняли, что... Да, это не с края земли. Угу. Теперь нужно сбегать и... Падку? Не знаю, само вырвалось. Ладно, не буду пока звонить. Тут вроде бы все. А что, я тут что-то пропустила? Вроде бы нет. Интересно, а тут есть что-нибудь такое, мол, если тут много бегать, то ты тоже проваляешься и стукнешься? Не, лучше вот тут пройдусь. По-моему, что-то он тоже должен заметить. Ага.
The remaining windows rattle from a strong gust of wind. Dripping water fall. There's rust and corrosion.
No. I had a partner once. They called him Eyes, because he had to show me things. It's that bad.
This partner of his, Eyes, things didn't end well. It's sad.
Well enough, actually. It's odd how that works. I'm no
His hands lead the way when it comes to that.
То есть Кивана стреляет плечами. О, точно. Этот дядечка. Хайндельстальм или как его там. Швайнштайгер, не
You
помню.
see, a slogan used to above the mural, a collapsed roof, broken window. There's something in the wind.
Maybe we could, you know.
Great idea.
In there?
Why single out this one building?
Да, придется сначала с ним поговорить.
And Mikhail noticed the windows, especially with how there are no windows on the south side. You officers, come to investigate the historic subtext of West Martinez? I'm Tran Hailostam. You must be Kim Kitsuragi, right? I was just telling my son about this building. Not a lot of people realize the historic significance here. Very rich in hypertext.
Nice to meet you.
Yes, hypertext. Young Carp and the collection of cultural hyperlinks.
Ян Карп из сборника культурных гиперссылок. Ну, прям очевидно, спасибо.
Oh yes, so Mikhail. They had to deal with monitor glare, especially in the summer. They still had... No, I can't say that we've met before, but I've heard of Kim, of course. Mikhail, say hi to the officer. Mikhail's a little tired today. We spent all night trying to run Orbis on his radio.
The man speaks in the artificial cadence.
But I assume you're not here for giant worms when there are so many real things to...
This man is your half-brother. You feel it.
Так.
But why? Well, get a load of this guy. He really enjoys his trivia. The Orbis programming...
Aha! But it's not just any empty old building. What not a lot of people know is, this used to be the R&D department of...
It looks old.
That's not surprising. They started out as a midway electronics outfit in Königstein 2 centuries.
Königstein.
After an aggressive move to
Прям как Königsberg.
Feld became... Still, Tricentennial was beating them in business machines. But Feld had an ace up their sleeve. Or should I say, they were developing. It was here in Martinez, possibly in this very building, that they developed prototypes for, an elegant folding mechanism of rollers and Faraday ribbons, portable enough to be a take-it-home solution. Revolutionizing, which is a feat of engineering, even today's giants. Indeed.
The revolution!
Unfortunately, their moonshot project never... All of this was built by Feld, even a boardwalk. Wild Pines built... Yes, they even built a pleasure...
A pleasure wheel?
Perhaps reminded of a child.
Yes. It's a learn... Oh, I'm afraid it didn't end well for the boys.
Сначала тут что-то было, а теперь этого не было.
The boys got shot by the communists. The boys were...
Tape computers. They used them for... What's the Mars decree?
A short-lived...
It's a beautiful piece of text, actually. I tried to get Mikhail to memorize it. Tried to.
The kid takes a peek at the green and silver worm on the cover.
Actually, no.
Buckle up.
10 years ago, I did a little... freelancing, I guess you could say. I was a special consultant for an exhibition at the Wompty Dumpty Dum Center in Vredefort, Oranje. It raised the same questions, and we had lengthy discussions with Paul...
Wait, did he just say Wompty Dumpty Dum Center?
Да, прям так и сказал.
He did it. He said, what the hell is a Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? And who the hell are Keith and Guy Yost?
Да, что это вообще?
The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center for Contemporary Arts. In fact, I'm not. The Wompty Dumpty Dum Center is a place, but perhaps I should return.
Made of black
как
film
много.
and folding tape structures.
Very, very cool. Though yes, the official... Who knows? Maybe it was an accident. But of course, what else? No, I'm afraid I...
So you haven't seen it?
No, I'm sorry.
There's something friendly. He's telling the truth. He hasn't seen anyone.
No, thanks to you.
Да, спасибо.
The once bright mural towers above you, saying,
In there?
Why single?
Так. Тщательно изучить, но у меня это не получится. Можно поразмышлять про Wompty Dumpty Dum Center? Что? 40 минут всего? В принципе, нормально. И мне нужно вот тут вот спуститься. Я там еще не ходила, по-моему. Точнее, я ходила. Но с первого раза он туда не обращает внимания. Тут никак. Да, это тот самый буй. И еще должна найти этого дядечку, который прогуливается. А где он вообще? Кстати, видно тут этих... Господи, как они. В общем, в клетке видно саранчу. Не могла слово саранча вспомнить.
Meaning, this is a lot of bullet holes. Looks like fully automatic rifle fire. The manufacturing and sale of automatic rifles was curtailed after the revolution.
Unable to piece together the big picture just now. The scattering of bullet holes looks like one giant smiling mouth. Smiling.
Ага.
As you approach, the man, he appears complete.
Super. It's the officer. I was not expecting... What brings you down to the scenic Martinez coast? Well, that's très simple. I was visiting the fishing village just north of here. They have... And then, well, I had some extra time on my hands, so I decided to stroll down here. Yes. There's nothing like a stroll. Ah? Is that what those pockmarks are? I might have guessed. Ah bon? I'm all in. My friend, if it's la responsabilité you're after. The comité de responsabilité de Revachol. It acts as a sort
Comité de responsabilité de Revachol. Mwah!
To put it simply, they are the ultimate arbiters of la responsabilité in this part of the world.
Yes, this is just the sort of...
I would offer to connect you with the committee myself, but alas...
What? Where is he then? You knew there was something strange about this one. He's an astral projection, a bureaucratic phantasm. He's speaking figuratively. He means he's not in Martinez in his official capacity.
Да, он имеет в виду, что он не тут, а что он неофициально в Мартинезе. Но можно попробовать потрогать его.
Précisément. Officially, I am still in La Delta. That's why it would be extremely irregular, or potentially even inappropriate for me to intercede with the committee concerning a district. Well,
in other words, the committee only knows.
But if you have information of a vital interest, they might... Officer, you mean to say that you have...
You follow the man's gaze out toward the west. There, hanging some distance above the horizon, you can just make out a strange silhouette. It looks to your eye like some kind of long metallic fish suspended beneath a number of ceiling fans. Not just any fish. It moves like some ancient bottom feeder gliding over the ocean floor in search of prey.
Fascinating. I always thought it was more like a dragonfly. But isn't it interesting how humanity always finds... You see, in addition to being an airborne artillery platform, Coalition Warship Archer is also the linchpin of the Coalition's surveillance and communications infrastructure in Revash. And listening, it has the most... I find it a great comfort to know there are benevolent powers watching.
The Bristol Moon Conventions are a series of international agreements governing the treatment of military personnel and civilians in theaters of war, as well as occupied territories. In practice, they are more talked about than observed.
Прикольно. Бристоль-Минские конвенции — ряд международных договоров, регулирующих взаимоотношения военного контингента и гражданского населения на территории военных действий, а также на оккупированных территориях. Но о них больше говорят, чем соблюдают. Где-то я это слышала. Да, все-таки как связаться с кораблем?
This is quite the problem. Very tricky. Of course, the Archer
Да не просто у Стрельца есть распоряжение стрелять на поражение при приближении любого другого воздушного судна. Неплохо. Неплохо.
But in that case, you would require a radio transmitter capable of broadcasting on coalition frequencies. And that kind of technology naturally... I suppose there might be some way to circuit bend your way onto those frequencies, but you'd have to be one of the... Unfortunately not, no.
Ah, good.
Let me just say that I have complete confidence in the RCM. Always my pleasure.
Responsibility, stability и prosperity. Да. Viva la France. Найдите кого-нибудь с техническими познаниями. Какое совпадение. А, естественно, она там, где ж еще. Responsibility. Да, главное, вы находите более ценные предметы. А, по-моему, я теперь уже больше ничего не найду. Ну что, погнали в церковь. А я тут ходила, кстати. А, ну тут уже домик, ладно. Да, прорвало трубу, а труба где-то здесь. Но она все еще не активна. Ладно. Можно сходить в церковь. Let's go to the church today.
Heavy wooden doors, more than twice your height. The carving on the door is blocked. The surface is smooth. This cheap look, it'll be easier to break the staple. You see a yellow circle with 2 X's. There is something blindingly modern. It's the contrast between the cheery. These forces of future have chosen. He takes off his...
No. Looks like a dead man smiling. Suggests junior delinquency.
Junior delinquency, да.
I haven't seen that sticker before, and I'm not a youth. That level of conceptual thinking is not part of my skill set.
Your hands are clammy
Да,
from the
серьезно.
sea air. The piece of sticker keeps slipping away. The lieutenant hands you a blue handkerchief. He looks
Так,
a little
97%.
dismayed when
Ну?
he gets it back. There's nothing like the sound of a sticker unpeeling. Now it's stuck to your thumb. Looks like today was a gold star day.
Сняла наклейку с замка и прилепила ее на свой журнал с делами. Кто-то сегодня получил звездочку. Выполнено секретное задание. Сделайте свои бумаги более стильными. Потому что мы полиция моды.
The lock turns.
Let's go.
As you do, you hear a great whoosh of in the heart.
Да заходи уже. Да. О, да. Здесь нужно идти, не бежать, но это так долго. Кстати, мне кажется, на сегодня хватит. Вот. Церковью займемся в следующий раз. Да, сегодня уже набегалась. Ну да, довольно-таки много удалось такого делать. Да, в следующий раз будет церковь, и бумаги отошлем. Ну, поищем Руби. Возможно. Не уверена. Ну а пока что всем огромное спасибо, приходите еще. Не ешьте плесень. Не гуляйте по старым тротуарам, которые над водой. Особенно если вы не трезвы. Вот. Да и вообще берегите себя. Малифик XP. Мэйдэй рад. Спасибо вам огромное. И всем, кто смотрел, но не показывался в чате, тоже огромное спасибо. И хорошего всего. Пока.